Hello. Already Goddess here. I hope you all are doing well today. May this message resonate with you, and may you always use true discernment within every message. May the divine guide you and bring you the truth, the wisdom, and the clarity that is needed for your life, for your journey, and for this moment. Please forgive me if you hear a lot of water outwardly. I'm currently, in nature, wanting to bask in nature and be by the water. As I speak of this for you, I do it for myself as well. And, really removing energies that no longer serve me as well, and making sure that I keep that up as much as possible, throughout my days, throughout my journey, not even just throughout the days, but throughout my journey. So if you hear a lot of water, please bear with me in this message. It's going to be in a couple of the videos today, because there's a lot of messages, divine messages that I want to come out. And for whatever reason, I don't know exactly. Well, I know exactly because I know it's for someone, but I'm like, okay, I guess it's because I'm an observer and the divine just, it's just trusted for me to speak it, I guess. But I know that this message is specifically, and for whomever is listening, I ask that you just, stay to listen, because it's able to bring forth a different perspective of life and, of another, or even you. So, I ask that you're able to stay and be patient within this message. But this message is like for a left-handed person, for a lefty that is out there. Maybe you are a lefty, maybe you know someone who's a lefty, and you may have always felt misunderstood, or that there's a lefty that is around you that may have felt misunderstood growing up. And the only reason why I'm able to speak from this place, because I've experienced that as well, of just being a left-handed person, because this world is 90% right-handed and 10% left-handed, and and choosing to move forward in this time and to create from this uniqueness is beautiful. And I ask that in this time that you are able to see it as a gift rather than a disadvantage, because we are all created in a unique way, and it's extraordinary, and it deserves to be honored. And I'm not just saying that because I say that in messages previous. I say that because that is very much true. And you may feel misunderstood, you may see it as an odd, but I ask that you are able to see this as a gift, because it's a beautiful gift. It's a beautiful gift, and there's so many benefits from it. There's benefits that I had to learn from it, as there's some things that I learned when I was younger, but as I grew, I learned more and more. Okay, that's what this meant. So I know for me, growing up, being a left-handed person and being just and using my left hemisphere of my brain and my right hemisphere of my brain, how when you're just learning, that I use them at the same time. This is something I learned that I did, because at the beginning for me, the experience was pretty tough for me, because the teacher would be explaining something to me and I never would understand it. And as I grew older, and this may be something that you may be dealing with as well, but and this may be even for young children right now, just being aware of this. If you have a young child that is doing this as well, where they may pause, in between, you may be giving information or saying something, you think that they're not getting it. It's not that they're not getting it. It may be, or it's not that you're not getting it. It may be because, your brain is learning to use both left and right hemispheres at the same time. And this is something that is not normally done. We're using both at the same time. This is why, a lot of left-handed people, they're able to act fast. They're able to create solutions really, really quick. It's because throughout their years, they've learned to use their left and right hemisphere of their brain at the same time, getting that interconnection within the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. And that pause is just them learning, okay, what's going on, because that's what was going on with me. I would pause and it looked like I was being slow, but no, this was me learning how to use both at the same time. And so it's not that, they're ignoring you, or they're, doing anything that, that you or someone you may know that is left-handed, that is doing this, purposefully. It's just, this isn't obviously this isn't how things haven't been created for left-handedness. As I said before, 90% of the world is right-handed and left, and 10% is only left. And I just ask that you're able to have patience with those who are left-handed, and and really for those who are left-handed, see this as a gift, because it is, because you're able to tap into your creative side so greatly, so purely, so divinely. And I'm not taking this away from anyone who is right-handed. This is truly for those who are needing the upliftment, those who are needing activating, those who are feeling misunderstood. So it isn't to make anyone feel less than, it's to make you feel more. If anything, there's already enough that made you feel less than, it being 90% right-handed and left, and there's only 10%. And I'm just asking in this time that you're able to see this as a gift and use this to your ability. Know that you can create solutions within any given minute, and know that if you're growing, and you're growing into this left-handedness, you're growing into it, you're finding you through it, and a lot of left-handed people, they go off to do, different things. You'll be amazed at who is left-handed, who was, because I don't want to, we don't come here to idolize, but you'll be amazed who you look at each and every day that has been some sort of inspiring person. You'll be amazed at who you inspired, who inspires you, and who is left-handed, if that makes sense. And Barack Obama was left-handed. Oprah Winfrey is left-handed. I think it's Leonardo da Vinci. He was left-handed. That's an art. Oprah, she's good with speech. This is just the many ways of me showing you how you can use your gifts in a many way, So Leonardo da Vinci he was an art. Oprah, we know that she's good for speech, compassion, she's built schools, all type of stuff. Obama was the president, Jimi Hendrix, I believe he's a guitarist, and I believe I said his last name right. Whoopi Goldberg, how, great she was. Just these different talents is right in our face. So I ask that you, as this left-handed divine being, you do not let that, let that odd go against you, that you go against the odd, and you allow yourself, the divinity and the uniqueness within you to be honored, to be honored, and to see this as a beautiful gift, a beautiful talent, and to know that, you get to work both your hemispheres at the same time. And they'll never see you coming, literally, in sports, in any type of, activity you do, people won't see you coming, because it's rare, and it's not to be above anyone, but it's to use your gift in a unique way that is honorable to you. Another, even if it's dancing, and just doing different things. I know for me, I know you've heard me speak of, how I like to dance and stuff, and how I used to dance to Aaliyah Janelle's videos. And I would watch it on, the TV, and I learned her dances. And I learned how challenging it was, and why it was so challenging for me is because, she does it most people teach with their right hand because that's their dominant hand. And for me as a lefty, it took me a while to understand. I'm like, why is it taking me so long to learn this? Why am I not on beat? Why am I doing it on the opposite side? I'm like, oh, because I am left-handed and I'm using my dominant hand, You know what I'm saying? So it took me so I was able to be patient with myself and allow myself that patience and to be okay. It might take me longer. And as I was able to understand this, it actually sped up for me to become aware of this. So maybe it's just some awareness that needs to, come from this. But please know how, creative this is, how beautiful this is. And, it's not a disadvantage. It's a gift. It's unique. And it deserves to be honored. And I think that this goes right with the messages I speak of. And I believe that this is why the divine has divinely guided me to speak these messages, to speak with my truth, because, and to speak to those who are needing it, the most, who are very, very, very unique and, has felt misunderstood throughout just life. And it doesn't just have to be with left-handed. This has to do with just who you are. You may have felt misunderstood, and I believe that this is why I'm able to deliver messages in a way to different type of people, because I have a sense of understanding and observation that sometimes get missed. And I believe it comes from me using that left hemisphere of the brain and that right hemisphere of the brain at the same time. And I believe that the obstacles that came from trying to learn that has really been a help for me right now in my future. So of course, looking at it as everything happens for a reason, and it's a blessing. So in this time, I just ask that you continue to become aware. Awareness is so key. Become aware of who you are, and it's time to look at your the things that you think as just the advantages as honorable, because I'm sure they are. And maybe, this is something that can help you start on that project, start in a sport, start in something that you love to do, because this doesn't stop you from being the very best that you can be in for you and for whatever you want to do. So I really hope this message resonated to whomever. I'm sure that it'll get to whomever is needed. I hope you stayed this long. Sending you so much love and light. May you get it through the wind. Thank you.